But let's get back to basics, shall we? This is Peugeot's new nifty 50. It's called the Ludix and it's been built to compete with cheapies from China and Taiwan. Available here in the UK from February 2004. The price, a ludicrously affordable £1,000. Another big name in small scooters is Aprilia. This is their best-selling SR50 and it has the amazing Ditec engine. Hugely reduced emissions, improved fuel economy and better performance, or so they claim. Causing a major commotion in small wheel circles was this handsome beast. Now, we've already seen the 50cc version of Peugeot's ultra-aggressive Jet Force, but this is a proposed 125cc supercharged version, which would really give it the performance to match its looks. Well, we're looking around the show and I've moved over to the Try a Scooter area, and lo and behold, I bumped into a friend of ours, Adele, who we saw earlier, scooting stylishly around the streets of Manchester. Seen anything you fancy at the show?
I've seen plenty I fancy. 3 in particular caught my eye today. First one's got to be the Yamaha B-Wiz, definitely.
Well, that was the scooter that really started to make scooters trendy again. And what is it about it that you like?
Well, for me, it's not got the sporty styling that you see a lot nowadays. It's very, very basic in my eyes. Just a simple step on and off you go.
Very affordable as well, isn't
definitely,
it?
Definitely.
Anything else?
Yeah, it was the Easy Rider DX.
Well, that bike is actually based on the old Honda Dax from the 1970s. It's a really funky little sort of moped scooter thing,
very
isn't
funky.
it?
It's not your original scooter styling, but all the chrome, it shines, it's original. Oh, and it's just a fantastic little eye catcher.
What about your favourite?
Favourite's got to be the Vesta with the ET4. It was just fantastic. It's got styling, it's cool, and it's got power. The ET2 just didn't do it for me. At full throttle, it wasn't going fast enough, whereas the 125cc, it goes.
Right, well, enough talking. You fancy doing a bit more riding?
Definitely.
Off you go then.
Okay.
Do you know what? She's getting into this.
Now, having already enjoyed the freedom of the open road, Adele wasn't going to be that impressed with a tiny little indoor track, but at least it gave her a chance to try out the MBK version of Yamaha's ultra funky slider, while I had a chat with my friend Mike.
So Mike, just tell us what you're doing here at the show.
Okay, Steve, I mean, we set the Try Scooter feature up here because a lot of people come to a show who are what we would class as dreamers. They come along and they look at the glitz, they look at the glamour, and we give them the opportunity here, under a safe environment with qualified instructors, to actually have a go on the scooters that are available, to give them that little urge forward, to look at training can be a positive thing. I think there's a fear factor here. People will look at them and think this is a great thing to do, but that first opportunity of getting the leg over onto a bike and then riding it puts a lot of people off, and entering into a training school where it's an unknown environment. Here, they've got the vibe going, they've got the whole thing happening. We can get them, whilst they're still hot, give them that feeling for just 10 minutes and show them how easy it actually is.
What are you, as rider training organisation and the industry, doing as a whole to try and encourage people to get on a scooter, get out of the car, leave the superbike at home and use a scooter for the daily commute?
A lot of training schools out there, a lot of them are very good, but the public don't know who's good and who's bad. So what we want to do is try to increase the safety generally across the board and increase the standards so that everybody's getting a recognised standard across the board, so they're feeling a lot happier about coming to schools.
Yeah. And what if somebody is thinking about getting a scooter, they want to get some training, how can they sort of find out, other than coming here, how can they find out where they can get training and stuff like that?
Call the Driving Standards Agency, they're our governing body, they will give you all your local schools. Look in Yellow Pages. The important thing I would say is actually check out the facilities before you pay your money though. There's a lot of people out there who will be charging the same money. Make sure you're getting qualified instructors at a reputable site. And everybody who wants to ride a two-wheeler now has to take compulsory basic training. It's a course that is designed for both geared and automatic bikes. Obviously we will teach whatever person wants to ride whatever bike. So if somebody comes on a scooter, we're there, we can get them, show them how it all works, get them into a safe environment before they actually head out onto the road.
The whole point of the Try a Bike arena was to get people on a scooter who perhaps have never ridden one before. There was a real cross-section of people. What did they make of it?
Yeah, it was good. It's a good laugh. A little bit underpowered, slightly less power than the Supermoto, which I'm used to.
I was a bit nervous in the beginning, but once I got the throttle control, it was much better.
I've never ridden a scooter before, and Well, I've ridden one once, but I always wanted to pull the clutch in.
It's a good chance to try a few bikes here that you don't normally get to try. The twist and go sort of things, and easy to park, aren't they?
Yeah, I would. I probably won't have a 50. I'd want an 100, I think.
This is the first time on a scooter. That's why I was a bit nervous, and I kept pressing the front brake thinking it has a clutch.
I've got a 14-year-old lad. He's did a bit of motocross when he was younger, so yeah, he's looking to get into supermoto as well now. So yeah, I might well get him one of these for the road when he's a little bit older.
Look, because I'm a taller sort of guy, a lot of these manufacturers tend to make the handlebars quite low. And when you're going around tight corners, it tends to touch on the knees, so you're restricted a little bit on choice.
Yeah, great for a laugh. I would imagine it's brilliant fun on the road.
I really enjoyed it. I did. It's been nice.
But it was a good opportunity then to have a go on one, yeah.
Just get on the no fuss, and it's a good opportunity to try stuff out here.
Well, they all seem to think it was a damn good idea. But what about Adele, who had somehow managed to get out in the arena without wearing one of the dreaded orange tabards, preferring something stylish and leather as she would? But what about the slider, the MBK? Would she prefer its more modern look to a beloved retro Piaggio?
Well, what do you think? New favourite?
No, still the ET4 for me, I think.
You enjoyed riding these scooters though, haven't you?
Yeah, very, very agile, but doesn't beat the ET4.
Ready for something with a bit more power than a 50?
Yeah, definitely.
Right, well, just the other day I got a chance to try something with considerably more power than a 50. A new scooter from perhaps the best known name in scooters.